Hey guys, Aftermath and McCracKenway here. I thought I'd preface this special episode real quick and say that I really enjoyed having all these guests on and talking to them. Similar to what we've done in the past, this is an experimental episode, so any feedback is greatly appreciated. Alright, I hand you over to past me now. Welcome to a very special episode of the Animus Island podcast. Today is Monday, and so that means that we're recording just after every single, most E3 press conferences with all the new AC news. We're going to get talking about that, and then we're going to bring in a few guests here in just a minute to talk to us about what they thought. And we have never tried this before, this system, so this may be a total clusterfuck. McCracKenway, hi there. You're joining me today.
Hey, Afty. Yeah, it's just me. Ares is doing, cool stuff in the real world. I know he's watched Ubisoft's presser, but I know he went to bed right after that.
Oh,
he is in Italia.
My phone's going off.
Place that is very dear to every AC fan. But yeah, E3 is what we're dealing with.
Yeah, let's get going. I'm just talking to the people now. So what did you think straight away? Well, first thoughts, first impressions. Let's start with Ubisoft's.
Yeah, Ubisoft. Well, Ubisoft's press conference as a whole is probably not one of the stronger press conferences. I preferred it probably slightly better than EA's, but that's just because I kept getting annoyed that they kept name-dropping Pele.
Yeah. A lot of people thought that it was lacking content, but the conference itself was actually really nice and kind of laid back and humorous, like Ubisoft usually does, while EA's was a bit rigid.
I actually think, we didn't actually get a lot for the games we did get, but I actually thought one of the most interesting things that I wasn't really expecting to be interested in was the Division. Actually, it was very staged, but I like how the people interacted, and I liked the thing at the end where this one person just
that was great.
Yeah, I was like, I can't imagine that actually happening in the game, because as soon as you do that, you are never playing with those people again. Yeah. They will hate you.
Yeah. All right, looks like we might be getting our first guest in right now. Let's see if this works. Calling. Let's hope they have a good mic.
Hello.
Caroline.
Hello. Hi.
You're on the air with Animus Island.
Hello, Caroline.
Okay.
This is Caroline Reese from Twitter and other place. Quite well known, actually, on the places, and very involved in the community. So, would you like to tell us first impressions? What did you think?
First off, whenever I first saw the Jacob Fry trailer, I was a little suspicious I was like, well, I see Evie at the end, but where is she?
Yeah.
But then they released at the PS E3 presentation Evie trailer, so I was really happy with that.
Oh yeah, it was a little bit worrying this to start off with.
Yeah.
She hasn't really been in anything yet, and we think that she's going to get some more time in Gamescom.
I really appreciated the Eevee trailer. I didn't really like that same style of trailer for Arno or Jacob, but for some reason when we got more stuff on Eevee, it was like, now I'm starting to get on the hype for this game now, and I'm getting more excited.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed it. So we had the cinematic trailer, which was very cool, which followed the most talking of a cinematic trailer yet, which was very surprising. And the mouth
the music and the voice just changed so fast. I was like, this is different.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I think they're going in a different direction with this, and it's very, very interesting to see that. And then we had the gameplay trailer, which we saw for the first time what the grappling hook looks like when you're playing, what the HUD looks like, which was very interesting. And we saw the cane sword in action.
Oh, yes.
Which was brutal.
Yes. And then the Eagle Vision looks a lot different.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, that was
I like
cool.
the aesthetic.
It seems like you don't see as much people like they don't like make out like the shapes. It makes out like more of like the buildings and what you can do.
Yeah, I could say that. That's very interesting, actually. Yeah, I guess that could be because of Industrial Revolution in London.
And I love the effect, like with like the hook blade. Well, not the hook blade, but the grappling, like the
hook blade
how
2.0.
Yes. The upgrade.
Yeah, it adds a lot of dynamics. It's very interesting, actually. I haven't had much time to think about it since I'm still a little surprised from everything we heard at E3.
Yeah, it's just been all day. It's just been one after the other, just straight on. Hardly had time to think. I mean, we just finished the Sony presser as well, before this started.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. We're probably going to talk a little bit more about what our in-depth opinions are on this week's episode. Anything else you want to talk about, Caroline, before you?
I mean, I loved it. I'm super excited. This was actually my first E3 to watch.
Oh
yeah.
So what did you think? What did you think overall about E3?
I love it.
Yeah.
I was so sad because I missed the Ubisoft presentation.
Yeah, so did I, actually.
I was so sad. But I was glad I got to see the Eevee trailer live.
Yeah.
All right, that was real cool. Thanks for joining us, Caroline. It was fun talking to you.
Thank you for having me.
All right.
One of my favorite things about E3, getting a little bit off of Assassin's Creed real fast, I really like seeing the beginning of a trailer, not knowing what it is, and trying to figure out if it's something new and awesome or something old and awesome, and just having this little piece, this moment in time where it's mysterious, and you're like, what is this? What?
Oh, yeah.
Is this?
Yeah, all right. Cool, we're getting in our next guest here. It should be fun. It was very interesting seeing the reactions to everyone. It was everyone's reactions kind of changed dramatically as we learned more, and that was really it was very startling, actually. Our next guest, some of us on the subreddit may know as Tyrol9. Hey, Tyrol.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Doing great. Would you like to give us your straight-off first impressions of what we saw at E3 today?
E3 as a whole was like crazy. It was actually a really good one. Probably the best one I've seen since 2 years ago when Xbox and PlayStation had their announcements. So it was. I was pretty impressed by a lot of stuff. So
yeah,
it was a great E3.
Pretty cool. And what did you think about? We should maybe talk from a subreddit point of view. What did you think about AC?
Let's see. So AC, they kind of had a weak showing this year. I think they really, when they had their pre-announcement a few months ago, they kind of stole their own thunder, and so they really showed everything they needed to show a few months ago, and now there wasn't much left. So they had a real opportunity to show off Eevee more, but they gave her a quick trailer, which was really nice. But I don't know, it seemed like they kind of missed the mark this E3.
Yeah,
compared to
especially
years past. Yeah,
probably the most robust gameplay demo post pre-alpha footage was not part of the conference either. It's on YouTube.
Yeah, it was so weird. Like, let's have a Jason Derulo concert, but no, we can't show the gameplay to one of our biggest franchise. So, I don't know. It was weird. To me, it just kind of felt like if there was a year to take off from the AC franchise, like, let's just take a break. It should have been this year.
Yeah, I could see that.
In my opinion.
After Unity's disastrous launch, I could see them needing to take a break.
I think people are. I mean, like, I love the franchise and I love playing the games every year and I love talking to you guys about it all the time. And but I think most people are. I don't know. They're a little tired of it, I guess.
Yeah, it seems a little lackluster.
Yeah. So I mean, the setting. Oh, go ahead.
Well, I I could kind of see it from the flip side as well, like not wanting to go away for a while after a disaster such as Unity, like, you know, so that would mean like when you're coming back, it's like people are already like, well, they're coming back. The last thing we saw was a terrible, buggy game. So I don't know. I could see them wanting to, even if like, I don't know. I personally would want to, if I was going to skip a year in the series or more years, I would want to leave off with something really strong before I did so. But
yeah, but you can see it from both sides actually. That's a very interesting point, McCracKenway. Thanks for adding that. All right. Good talking to you, Cyril. Now you'll actually be back on in a on the podcast in a few weeks for a very special episode. Which
we're gonna have all the mods on. We're gonna take over and we'll never give it back.
All right, and we'll have a little bit more to say about that as we get closer to that. I think how many weeks? That's a few weeks away now. All right. So thanks.
It's on the schedule somewhere.
Yeah, it's on the schedule.
We'll get it together.
Thanks for talking to us, Cyril.
All right. Well, thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks, Cyril.
See you soon.
All right. See ya.
Yep. See ya.
Foss.
Hello.
Fossinator. Dylan Foss. Fossinator on Twitch and Twitter. How you doing?
Hello. I'm pretty good.
So you're on, would you like to give us a quick rundown about where we can find you so far? So you're on Twitter, and I know you're on Twitch, because that's where I first met you. Are you on the forums or the subreddit?
Yeah, I'm on the subreddit. I chose the name Dark and Silence as my username on the subreddit. So you got that. My YouTube channel is Fossinator. So you can look that up. I actually did a video with showing the relationship between Arno and Elise. It was really just a compilation of all their moments together. It was really cool.
So, Struff, what did you think about
E3? As a whole, I think it's a great time for to be a gamer, because the amount of games that are being released and like being teased and all that is pretty awesome. Like, we got new gameplay of AC Syndicate, Fallout 4, all those games.
Yeah, a bunch of big games this year.
Yeah.
So what did you think about AC in particular? Because we are an AC podcast.
Yes.
Technicality.
Well, just a little bit. They uploaded the gameplay walkthrough, which was kind of weird that they didn't show it at the actual conference.
Yeah.
Even at the PlayStation conference, they didn't show it. But it was really cool seeing how much it's changed since the last time we saw it. Like, the graphics have improved like a huge amount. Animation seems a little bit smoother. We got to see like actual fighting on the carriages. That was really cool. It just seemed like the city was a lot more alive. A lot better than the initial.
Well. Yeah. I think the carriages look like they work really well as far as getting out, getting on top, fighting.
Yeah.
It reminded me a lot of the chariot chase in AC2. It looked like it was like straight from that, except expanded upon.
And then you're fighting on the top of the train. That was insane.
Yeah, this demo I really liked because I felt like we got to see more of what's actually going on in the game. Like, we got to see more of the grappling hook. We got to see a little bit more of London because, like, I wasn't too excited seeing just like slums all the time. But yeah, I'm really excited. I think the train part was my favorite, honestly. Like, you immediately get on this thing and it's going fast and it's adrenaline.
Yeah, but where's the EV gameplay though?
Yeah, exactly. That's the other thing.
They did release a trailer, but I mean,
yeah, I was curious though. At the end of the gameplay demo, she was there for like a line, and and the line was building off of this Templar death monologue, and I was curious as to whether that is actually something that we're going to see in game, like one twin kills a person and there's maybe both twins access the memory corridor. But
yeah, kind of like similar to I think it was like Arno, where like kind of like he felt the memories of the other person in a way.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see, like, once we see more gameplay or when the game's released, how it pans out.
Oh, yeah, it'll be very, very interesting.
Yep.
Thanks for joining us, Fossinator. It was great
No
talking
problem.
to you real quick right there. So, You're on the subreddit
Yep, Dark and Silence.
and Twitch and Twitter and YouTube as Fascinator.
Yep, just type in Fascinator, you'll find me there.
Cool. Thanks for joining us.
No problem. Thanks for
Thank
having
you.
me.
We always have this competition every year between Microsoft and Sony. You know, Xbox and PlayStation are the huge rivals. And Xbox led, I thought, really strongly. Normally they are the first conference first presser of the conference. Bethesda got that honor this year, so they kind of stole the show from everybody.
Yeah.
They really got out with a strong presence. But Xbox also, that's probably one of the better Xbox conferences I've seen in a long time. With HoloLens. We didn't get very much of Halo 5, but I thought what we did get was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
And there are some games there that I'm kind of disappointed aren't going to be PlayStation games. Even just like the concept of Recore looked kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm. I haven't seen the Microsoft conference yet.
Oh, no?
I'm about to watch it. Yeah, because I missed that because it was like 4:30 a.m.
Oh, yeah.
And I was so excited I couldn't get to bed till 3 a.m. and then I just said screw it. And so I managed to wake up for EA's.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't catch Ubisoft's because I was going out to breakfast with my family. So that sucked.
Man, I was going to rely on you to name some of those other exclusive games, but
Yeah.
we both just watched Sony, which I was skeptical could live up to the Xbox One, because the Xbox One did lead really strongly, but Sony, maybe it's just like an overwhelming number of things I'm interested in, but I thought it was maybe even stronger.
Oh yeah, I definitely think so. And like when they whipped out Last Guardian, I can't even that's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't even have an interest in Last Guardian because I haven't played Shadow of the Colossus or Ico, and that looks so crazy. It just made me want to play it right now.
Yeah,
it was
that beast, like that huge thing, and they had to program AI for that and everything.
Oh my god,
that is easily the most impressive thing I've seen in gaming for like 10 years.
Oh yeah, absolute insanity.
Yeah, and it moves so realistically. It's not like your standard AI character that'll kind of judder around as they try to figure out where to go.
Oh yeah.
It's just
my.
Yeah.
I think everyone's still coming to grips that they saw The Last Guardian. It's been like Half-Life 3 fabled for like so long. I think the exact same thing's going to happen when Half-Life 3 ever comes out. That's going to be so crazy.
Yeah. And right after that, honestly, like it went into a new IP called Horizon. I made the joke, especially with the lead into it. It was like, it set up like a new future kind of caveman thing, starting from a point where humanity kind of falls. And I made the joke that it was Assassin's Creed if Desmond had lived.
Yeah. That's fair correlation, but in the Skype chat, I think they took it a bit far with the Assassin's Creed correlation, because I think it kind of ended there, and they kept going on about like when they killed the animal, they said that it was assassination and stuff.
Yeah, it was like...
yeah, and then the giant robots came out.
Yeah, I could see similar stealth influences because of that. It was like a Bush to an assassination, kind of. But it's really interesting. Blend of sci-fi and
very interested in that.
I don't know if I'd call it fantasy because it doesn't seem to have fantastical elements, but I really like the blend of sci-fi and this beautiful natural world.
Oh yeah.
Plus female protagonists, which seems to be a big thing this E3. There's a lot of
ladies, and I like it a lot. I love to see ladies getting more representation because for a long time it's been quite uneven and unequal, and that was highlighted a lot last E3. And now that more and more women are getting into the industry and becoming fans of games, then especially more than it used to be, it's good to see that they're getting some representation too. Let's try and whip in our next guest here.
Yes.
Maybe our last guest? Ooh, I think so.
Before guests.
Jabrizi.
Hey guys. What's up?
Jordan. Hey, how's
Yes.
it going? You're on the recording. How you doing?
I am doing very, very well. Aftermath. It is a pleasure to meet all of you.
Hey.
Pleasure to talk to you. Before we get started and start talking about E3 real quick, would you like to, for our listeners, would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself? Are you on the subreddit? Are you on the forums? Are you on Twitter? Tell us about it.
I am not on Twitter. I'm basically just a Reddit person for all things Assassin's Creed at this point. I've been with the subreddit. I've followed it since before Unity was announced, so it's been a while. It's one of the first subreddits I really started following.
What's your username?
Jabrizi to Smith. All one word.
Okay.
That's DS Jabrizi
Yes.
D Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
So,
Yeah.
let's get right into it. What did you think about E3?
Well, to be honest with you guys, I was a little bit underwhelmed. I didn't come away this year like I have in previous years, just hyped out of my mind. There was a lot of good stuff there, but they had a very minimal presence, I guess. I was expecting more.
I agree, especially in correlation with AC in particular. I don't know what it is, but it just feels different this year.
Exactly. Even when it was revealed, I was like, there's nothing so far that I've seen, and I'm like, oh, I don't really like that. It's not jumping out at me the way it usually does.
Yeah, I agree, and it seems there's a very, very mixed reaction between that feeling seems very, very common, and then there's also the feeling of some people are saying they're also very hyped, but there's a lot of people that are quite underwhelmed or felt it was kind of lackluster. It's very, very mixed, which I haven't seen before in the community.
Yeah, I'm positive towards it, and I think it's going to be great.
Yeah.
But what they've shown me, I feel like they haven't shown it right. I think what they should have done, personally, I wouldn't have said anything about Eevee. I wouldn't have revealed Eevee at all during the actual reveal. And then they could have teased her at the end tonight, at the end of the gameplay demo, and they just came out at the end of the Sony press conference, or the beginning, or whenever it was shown. And it would have blown all of our minds, and we'd all be crazy about it. But, I don't know, I'm excited.
Yeah, that might have been a smarter move. I mean, for me, with every Assassin's Creed game, it doesn't really matter how they market it. Whenever I first get my hands on it, it's always amazing. Even if, after 50 hours of playing, it starts to wear. That initial moment is usually what I'm looking for every year, I guess. But, yeah, this E3... I think we actually got a cinematic trailer that probably showed more realistically what you might be able to do in the game. Unlike Unity's, but I still really liked Unity's, honestly. Unity's was like a work of art in itself.
Exactly. They're my favorite.
Unity's really elicited that response of epicness and taking a part in history, which... running around with a gang seems like you could do that in any time period. It doesn't seem like... it's different.
It is a little hard to give that same kind of epic feeling with... Industrial Revolution is obviously a huge time of change, but, French Revolution is this huge revolution. Things are always going on. It's this huge time of chaos. Whereas the Industrial Revolution is, there's fighting, but it's not anywhere near where the game takes place. It's over there in the Mediterranean and around Suez Canal and stuff. Ottoman Empire's falling apart. The time period choice might be for the best. AC2, going back, it's like AC2 was one of the last games we had. The Ezio trilogy, I guess, was kind of one of the last games we had where there's not a huge conflict going on the whole time. It's just kind of a time of peace, and it's how you interact with some of the figures in that time of peace.
I feel like they can really get a lot out of this time period, but it's just the way that they've shown it so far. I've always wanted a Victorian London Assassin's Creed game, but when I think about it, I think of the dark, foggy, street lamp lit streets. So far, what they've shown us is just not what I've expected, with bright, vibrant colors and a bright, vibrant city.
I mean, that's
which is still cool and a different take on it. But
exactly. It's a different take. It's very out of the blue, and it kind of takes away from what some people might expect and hope from a Victorian London setting. It's
I mean, it's
a steampunk. It's what you think about when you think.
It's a double-edged point or a double-edged sword because, like, I mean, you know, people expect kind of the dark image of London, the rainy image of London. You know, there's kind of an undercurrent of horror in a lot of that kind of stuff. I mean, you get like Spring-Heeled Jack and Jack the Ripper out of this time period. So it's, you know, this dark kind of creepy era. I mean, a lot of these writers, you get a lot of original like horror literature out of this. You know, like I mean, Burke and Hare, real people, but there's a novel or a serial about it. But at the same time, that's not necessarily the real London of the 1800s. And I mean, Assassin's Creed has always prided itself on being as accurate as possible to the feel of the time period and what the time period actually would have looked and felt like had you been there. So there's that, but it's like, do you want like this awesome atmosphere, or do you want to be realistic all the time? I think we've talked about it a bit before. Like, sometimes AC is handicapped by its desire to always kind of be accurate, but I do like. I like that we get a sunny London as well, but I think they would do better to show a darker London.
The romanticized version.
Yeah. It's well, we do know that there is a day and night cycle, and also a weather system, so we might get that darker, grittier London. Maybe it'll just have to be raining.
Exactly. I'm sure it'll be there, and that we're gonna see it, but it's just not gonna be like that all the time. But I think that's how they would advertise it, right? But
well, it is London, so maybe it should be raining all the time. Thanks for joining us, Jabrizi. It was good talking to you.
Oh, it was a pleasure, boys.
All right.
Pleasure.
So, Jabrizi to Smith, Jabrizi to Smith on the subreddit, right?
Absolutely correct.
Sweet, I got it right this time. Everyone, go show him some love, stuff like that. Good talking about E3.
You too.
Let's look for more hype for Syndicate.
Absolutely. All right. Bye-bye, everybody.
See ya.
See ya.
All right. McCracKenway, that's everyone we have to talk to today. I think it was a pretty fun day. E3 was insane.
Yeah.
It's not even over yet. It's just press conferences are over. We've still got tons, probably more demos and things. And Patrice's Ancestors, a Humankind Odyssey.
Ancestors.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's the one.
It came up briefly in like a pre-show for the
with Jeff Keighley. But I think we're going to see some more. He hinted towards seeing some more later on.
And I mean, even when E3 itself is over, there's going to be a trail of information.
We have
for the rest of the year
E3
until the holiday season.
Definitely launches us off into the hype season, and Syndicate will be well in there. We'll be getting I was actually paying attention for the first time with Unity, and we were getting almost trailers a week, trailers or news articles or screenshots. It was crazy. So we have all that to look forward to. But do you know what else you have to look forward to? That is this week, Sunday-ish. Sunday, Monday, Saturday, something like that. We will have a special podcast episode with UB Central, who will be joining us for that, and that should be pretty sick. We're going to be talking about E3, and we'll actually have opinions other than that was very interesting.
We'll have Aries on.
Oh, well, Aries back. He's very nice. Yeah. He has a lot to it. We've discovered. What's my usual spiel? I don't have everything open. If you'd like to contact us, animuspodcast@gmail.com. Subreddit.
Twitter. Yeah, subreddit.
Twitter and subreddit. You know my Twitter. Twitter.com.
Aftermath and McCracKenway.
Aftermath1331. And Aries is on Twitter now. Ain't that amazing?
Yeah.
Twitter.com/Aries. Shit, what the fuck are the numbers? Let me Oh god.
1, 2.
Aries
No, it's
2596.
26.
Twitter.com/Aries2596.
And send him book recommendations.
And yes, he wants all your book recommendations.
Yeah, actually, they probably don't get that. That's. I guess that was not part of the actual podcast.
Kind of a Twitter exclusive joke there.
Yeah. We were gonna
do it anyway.
We were gonna talk about books on our last thing. Someone just sent us, "Hey hosts, what books are you reading?" And it turned out Aries doesn't read anything. So.
Yeah. All right. We actually have some more press conferences here. Less hype-filled. We have Nintendo, PC, and Square Enix to go. But so we should get something interesting out of there, but probably nothing AC related. So once again, we'll see you actually later this week, and then we'll see you again next week, and the week after that, and the week after that, and the week after that.
Yeah.
Have a good night.